Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Puckettini coming at you on behalf of PuckettFanShop.com. And over at PuckettFanShop.com, that's my website where I put these beautiful dog designs on all kinds of different products, from t-shirts to stickers to laptop sleeves to hoodies to mugs. I mean, is anything you think of, we put our beautiful dog designs on. So head over there to PuckettFanShop.com and see if we got anything you like. If there's a dog breed you'd like to see, send me a message and we'll try to add it as quick as we can. I'd love to do business with you. But what I'm doing tonight is I'm doing a video on my Dallas Cowboys. They're coming off a big win over the New York Giants. And this video, I'm titling it the Dallas Cowboys versus New York Giants, the top 10 highlights of that game. Because there were some good ones. There's a big win for the Cowboys winning at New York. A lot of people didn't think they could do it, but they come through there at the end. Struggled a little bit at the beginning, but they came through and won a big game there. So here we go. Top 10 highlights of that game from last Sunday. Number one, quarterback Cooper Rush had a very good game, played very well. He graded out at 82%. Very good. He was very efficient. He completed 68% of his passes. He passed for 215 yards. He had one touchdown, and most important, he had no interceptions. Because as Jimmy Johnson always says, in big games, you beat yourself a lot of times. And so he did a good job protecting that ball and not beating himself. Okay. Highlight number two. Running back Ezekiel Elliott had his best game this season. He graded out at 74%. He rushed 15 times for 73 yards and one touchdown. And I would like to see him get more carries than 15, but 15 is pretty good. He averaged right at 5 yards per carry. Great game. And like I said, I think he should get 20 or more. We're paying him all that money. Why do we want to rest him all the time? Get him out there and run him. The most important game is the one we're playing right now. If we don't win these games now, there's no playoffs. There's nothing to play for, guys. Come on, run the ball. Give him the ball. Give your best players the ball. You're paying him all that money. Run the ball with him. All right. Highlight number three was running back Tony Pollard. Had a very good game. He had his best game of the season as well. He graded out at 80%. He rushed 13 times for 105 yards. He averaged 8.1 yards per carry. And the only thing bad there is I think they ought to throw it to him some. Get him out in the flat, run circle routes, do something. Get him singled up with a linebacker or a safety and get him the ball. Get your best players the ball in open area and let them go to work. Pollard is one of our best players. Okay, we've got to give him the ball even more. 13 times, you ought to be at 15 to 20. Okay, but great job by Tony Pollard. All right, highlight number four was C.D. Lamb, wide receiver C.D. Lamb. C.D. graded out at 74%. He had 8 catches for 87 yards and one touchdown. I don't know what the deal, if it's, the Joneses were saying C.D. just wasn't playing good. He's got to play better, And I kind of think it was a lot of Dak. He just was not being very accurate. You see Cooper coming in. He's a little bit more accurate than Dak. He gives you more catchable ball. And I think that has a lot to do with it too, although people won't say that. For some reason, we can't say anything bad about Dak, but and not give Cooper any credit. But I think that has a lot to do with it. He's just more accurate. And Moore is finally trying to get him the ball more. They threw a couple to him just real quick, let him get one-on-one against that corner. Like I say, you got to get your best players the ball in space and let them do good things. Let them make big plays. And Moore did a good job, I thought, of getting him. 8 catches, that's a bunch. That's a bunch of catches. That's good. We need to give him the ball. Get him the ball. He had that one big drop early, but Cooper kept going to him, and that's a great job. And Moore kept calling the plays for him, and he come through for us. All right, highlight number 5 is wide receiver Noah Brown. This young man, he filled in. We thought Michael Gallup was going to play, but it turned out he didn't. And then Noah Brown, came in big for us. He graded out at 69%. He had 5 catches for 54 yards. Just did a great job filling in there. Highlight number 6 is safety Donovan Wilson. He only graded out at 53%, but he did lead the team in tackles with 11. He had 1 tackle for loss, and he had 1 pass defensed. He needs to play better, but he was our leading tackler. All right. Highlight number 7 is cornerback Anthony Brown, who's having a better year this year. He had his best game of the season. He graded out at 66%, which is still a little low. He can play better than that. That's his best game so far. He had 7 solo tackles and 1 pass defense. The thing about a corner is they've got to get those receivers down, because if they don't, a lot of times it's going to be a touchdown if they miss a tackle. So real important that he gets his man down if they give up a catch. So good job by Anthony Brown, but he can do better for sure. All right. Highlight number 8 is defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence had a huge game. He graded out at 86.1%. He had 6 tackles and 3 sacks. He had a great game, but I think a lot of it had to do with Micah Parsons. Their right tackle, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's just had an awful year. He's really struggled, and Dallas tried to put Parsons on him a lot. I saw one time they triple-teamed Parsons, and when he's getting 3 guys on him, everybody else is singled up. And DeMarcus Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong, he had a pretty good game too, but DeMarcus really did with 3 sacks. That was huge. And they just have a tough time blocking our front. And Micah Parsons is just, he is unreal. That guy is doing great things. He didn't have great stats this game because they were double and triple teaming him every time. They had the tackle, the tight end, running back on him one time. And then one time they had the tackle and the guard and a running back on him. And he's just wreaking havoc. And DeMarcus Lawrence, good job of when they're doing that to him, you got to win. And he did a good job. All right, highlight number 9 is Kavonte Turpin finally had a big punt return. Finally, he's earning his roster spot. In the fourth quarter, it came in a big time, too. There were 7:46 left in the game. We were clinging to a 20-13 lead, trying to just hang on. And he caught that punt, scampered down the sideline for a 28-yard return, really got us going again, and eventually led to that field goal that put us up by it put us up by 10, making a 2-score game, which was huge. And finally made a big play, and he's quick. He was this close to return that thing for a touchdown. The punter just barely got his leg and got him down. So he showed what he can do there. It was good. I would just like to see him be more of a receiver too. But if he can do that, if he can get us 28-yard punt returns, he's earned his spot doing that. If he can average over 10 yards a return, that's really good. I would just like to see more in the passing game as well. All right. Highlight number 10 is that offensive lineman, Jason Peters. Boy, was that a good signing, bringing him in. And I thought at first, he was going to fight at left tackle with Tyler Smith. But Tyler Smith is playing so well. He should be one of the highlights here, too. He didn't grade out just perfect. But, man, is he not playing great? So the idea was to bring Jason Peters in at left tackle. But Tyler Smith's playing so good, they put him at left guard. Matt Farniak's really struggling a little bit, and so they brought him in at left guard. And I think as soon as they put him in, Tony Pollard ran right behind him for a big gain, I believe. But anyway, he only played 14 plays, Jason Peters did, and he graded out as the best at pass blocking out of all of our linemen in those 14 plays. So the guy showing that he has position flexibility, I think they ought to put him in at left guard. I think next week increase his numbers, go from 14 to 25. And we need the best 5 out there. And, boy, you put him in there and he plays like he did, that Dallas is really going to be tough to beat if they'll start running the ball like they should with Zeke and Pollard, and then play action passing it, getting the CD Lamb, and get Turpin out there some, get Michael Gallup maybe, Noah Brown, those guys. Dallas will turn into a really good offense if they'll do that. And bring Peters in there some, increase his load to 25. Get him in there. Put him at left guard. And Tyler Smith, man, I think he's doing great. That says so much about Dallas's drafting. The 2 tight ends come in and played good. Dalton Schultz was out. Those 2 tight ends, man, come in and played well. I have videos on them, on the one from Wisconsin. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Jeez Louise. But anyway, I have videos on them. They draft him as great draft pick on the one from Wisconsin. It's his name, Fred. It's not Frederick, but it's an F. I just can't remember. And I don't have it pulled up here where I can look at it. But anyway, the Cowboys did a great job in their draft. and you didn't even realize Dalton Schultz wasn't in there. Cooper Rush had a great game. He's doing great things. And I think there should be a quarterback. I mean, right now there's not, but I think if he keeps winning, there should be a quarterback controversy. We paid Dak a whole lot of money, and we're seeing that Cooper Rush come in and play. And how did the NFL, all of them pass on him? What are these guys thinking? NFL, I wonder sometimes, man, what they're doing. But anyway, great job with the Dallas Cowboys. Huge win for them. They got the Washington Commanders coming up. Very winnable game. I'll be having a video out on that Keys to Victory pretty soon, so be looking for that. If you like this video, please hit that like button and share it with other Cowboy fans. There's a whole bunch of us out there. I'd love to have you back here at the Great Puckettini channel. I make videos on Arkansas Razorbacks and the Dallas Cowboys. And also go out to PuckettFanShop.com and check out my beautiful dog designs. See if we have anything over there you might want or buy for somebody else. Great stuff for birthday presents. Christmas will be coming up pretty soon, believe it or not. Just all kinds of stuff there. So go check it out. If I can help you with anything, send me a message, and I'd love to do business with you. Leave me a comment here on the video, and I'd love to talk. I love talking football. I was a coach for 15 years. And love football, love dogs too. That's all I got, guys. And I'll see y'all on the next one. How about them Cowboys?